What's going on, cowboy? In this video, we've got a new crypto project, NFT game called Atrollcity, and we've got the mind behind it. His name is Raphael. He's the CEO, and we're asking him face to face, eye to eye, for questions about his project, whether or not this is a something that we should be getting our hard-earned money and time into. Okay, is this a fly-by-night scam, or is this a long-term project that we could see like going places and we want to go with them? Okay, so in this video, we're going to be grilling him with questions. Look, I'm not your financial advisor. My name's Aaron. I'm just a lizard brain, gorilla arm, diamond handed cowboy exploring the wild west of cryptocurrency with a whole bunch of other cowboys. I want you to join us and hit the subscribe button down below. Join us in the saloon. Join us online. Be an official cowboy there today. Look, the reason why we do these AMAs and the reason why you're so interested in it, or at least myself, is because I found it to be the best way to do your own research, right? So many times we get filtered through information like a website that might not show the actual brilliance of a project, or a community manager that might stop it, or even worse, a YouTuber who's just getting paid to just shill a project that they don't even care about, that they have no passion for, and the developer's not happy. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know how many times I tell you where I've seen a YouTuber start promoting a coin, and I know the developer because they came to me too, but they didn't say that they were being compensated for. And so, there's biased information and all that there's all kinds of scams out here. Look, uh, I think this is a win-win-win strategy. The developer can come on and show their passion and talk about their project with insight and wisdom. I can get compensated and ask the questions that I want to know, and you and I get the best source of information about a project, whether or not it's good or not. Okay, and so I think this is the best thing to do. Look, so if you're with me, we're talking about Atrollcity, and we've got the developer, the CEO, grilling him up in the hot seat. Raphael, welcome to the hot seat.
Hey Aaron, hi. Hi everyone. Nice to finally get on board with you.
Yeah, I'm glad you're here. We're gonna get before we get to your project. I want to know about who you are. Who are you coming into crypto? What's your background, like origin story?
Sure, yeah. So Atrocity is a brilliant project for me and Avon. But ultimately I started being in this whole entire digital field for over a decade now. In the earliest, I've managed to work with the first QR mobile shopping app, which is at that point in time with Epicenter, which is Singapore's leading Apple distributor, right? And the years after that, managed to do a few projects with multiple government agencies here in Singapore. Personally, I'm wearing two hats here. One as a investor myself because I've invested in crypto, and also basically as a developer, having to balance that whole time expectations of projects as well as the other side of being an investor, being wanting that quick gains in a short period of time, right? So yeah, that's me. I bought my first Bitcoin in 2017 back in the day. Uh, yeah.
I'm jealous.
So yeah,
I'm
first
jealous.
first ventures we talk about buying up crypto in Coinbase back then. Mainly Bitcoin and Ethereum run right during that period of time. Then basically diving into mining, building own rigs out of GPU. I think those were the earlier days. Now I think you can't do it anymore. And yeah, basically finding myself learning more about the technology behind blockchain and eventually being sucked into it. Yeah.
That's awesome. I think that's the same for all of us, right? So you come in here with a little bit of expertise in the commercial side, QR distributor and stuff, and then you had some government contracts or jobs with that, mostly in the tech space, and then you're bringing all that, wearing two hats as the investor and developer here. Buying your first Bitcoin at 2017, I had to get super jealous about that. I had to buy my Bitcoin at very high prices this year, but we
Yeah.
still got it, so it's good to go. But here's the whole goal of me and my channel and people who watch Cowboys is we're just trying to get to our next Bitcoin because we believe in crypto and we believe that crypto is the future. And so one of those things that allow in the future is blockchain gaming. And so
Mm.
this takes us to our project, a Troll City here. Tell me, what is a Troll City? What's it trying to do? Give me the broad strokes of this project.
Okay, so we had this metaverse concept in mind. Basically, creating characters designed from the ground up. Again, we have designers working with us, really good character designers working with us. And eventually, what happens is that this whole entire troll metaverse will allow players to uh, basically play very quick games, 2 to 3 minute games. I'm not sure, Aaron, do you play games yourself?
All the time, all the time.
So you know League of Legends, right? When you start a
Of
round,
course.
you're stuck with it, right? You're literally
Yeah,
stuck
45-minute
until
games.
yeah, and people can't really get on games quick enough. They can't play, short games, short rounds, and that's the trouble of gaming today. We wanted to refine that, basically, giving people the opportunity to play quicker games, easy to pick up, mass adoption games, things that we are very familiar with. Also, being a gamer myself, right, I find that a lot of times when we actually buy DLCs, right, we end up in a situation where when the game dies, the DLC disappears completely. You don't
Hmm.
get compensated for it. You don't earn anything from it. And where we're coming from with Atrocity is that, you know, it's a long-term metaverse that we're building. It's not just 1 2 years. We are looking long-term, where basically the trolls follow you. They develop, the avatars develop as you go along in the game. Uh, Eventually, reversing the concept of the pay-to-play concept to a play-to-pay. Yeah. So again, you be able to hopefully pay your bills when this kicks off and grows big. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you're following like so. One thing that shocked I think the world was the explosion of Axie Infinity and the ability for a bunch of the Philippines basically to start playing and then paying off stuff during in the middle of this crazy pandemic. Is that what you're trying to like accomplish? Something like that where a whole communities, whole bunch of people can start playing and then they play to earn money and then they start using that money just in their regular life.
Yeah, similar. So, what we are trying to do is again build a community, build partnerships to be able to take that coin, the Pine coin that we're developing into real life and being able to spend it at shops and all that kind of things. So that is the eventual concept. But obviously, having that concept, we need the base around the gameplay and the metaverse to work for us. Uh, so in one point when we're talking about the gameplay, which brings me to two of the main elements here, is the gameplay is really designed for mass adoption. By that I mean we are designing the first game to be around the childhood favorite scissors paper stone, but with an elemental twist. So it will be fire, earth, and water. It's something that's easy to pick up, right? Given that games usually, especially you talk about Dota, League of Legends, they have such massive instructions and things that you need to
In
pick up
depth.
before you can play, right? Yeah,
Yeah.
and you spend probably like days trying to learn how to do it right. So these are games that we have prepared, that we have looked for, that break language barriers and cultural barriers, so that it's easier for everybody to pick up. Yeah. Then
Gotcha.
yeah.
So you want the mass adoption, mass appeal. So if would this be correct? You're targeting people from like in their teens to all the way up into their late adult years. Is that about right?
Yeah, and hopefully, we are looking at this lasting at least 5 to 10 years easily, because
Mm.
we don't want to be something like a game that lasts a year or two. We're looking at this as a long term. Yeah.
Gotcha. So let me ask you something. Why trolls? A troll city is basically a troll city, right? Like,
Yeah.
is that what it's broken into? So why trolls here?
Okay, so interesting question. I and Yvonne actually had a conversation about this in the very early days when we were discussing this, and we were talking about 1980s games, because obviously we're from the 80s. Me and Yvonne from the 80s, and we were thinking games like Lemmings. You remember Lemmings? I'm not sure whether you're
Hmm.
in that era. Yeah,
Yep.
and Pokemon, where games at that period were very fun.
Hmm.
So we were basically working around trolls being a very diverse concept, because there is not just one troll character. Being like Lemmings, taking it from Lemmings, Lemmings always had that diverse little characters that you could play with, right? And at the same time, we wanted something that is easy to pick up, like what I mentioned before. So Pokemon was one of our key references back then when we were talking as well. So basically, joining these two, we came up with the concept that a troll city, like what it's supposed to say, is a troll city. Uh,
Yeah.
and a play on the word atrocity, because what we're doing is that quad concept as well. So we figured that that was a good concept and was a very good name to get into for this project.
Gotcha. We
Yeah,
touched on the gameplay of this. It's used, you've got a three element thing here going on, like a rock paper scissors type of deal. Could
yeah.
you elaborate on the gameplay a little bit?
Okay, so for the first few games that we're designing, actually the first game that we're designing is actually this elemental rock paper scissors, right? So we will have one avatar, which is your controlling avatar. You may choose to purchase or draw an avatar, or use basically the one that we give to you for free. When you do that, basically this main avatar controls the other five trollets, which are in your team, and you will then set your sequence as to how you want to play your rounds. There will be a total of 3 rounds where you have to set your five trollets. So imagine I'm playing with you right now, Ellen. Sorry, Aaron. Um, you set your trollets, I set my trollets, and then we just go and we battle it out. And at the end of the day, we will basically give you your rewards in terms of pines, and also an accelerator in terms of what commitment level you have in Atrocity. Example, if you have bought in, played a lot of games with us, then obviously your standing and your accelerator bonus will actually increase. So this is more or less what we have planned for the first game. We have other games that we have planned as well, which are in the works. Red light, green light, which probably something that you've seen in Squid Game, and also things like tug of war, which probably will involve a lot of tapping. But as you can see, it's based around the avatars and the trollets themselves.
Gotcha. Cool. Okay, so let's talk partnerships here. On your website you highlight real world partnerships. Can you elaborate on that?
Okay, so again, what we're trying to do here is to get people to adopt the Pine coins in real life, so that you can use whatever you have earned, that you have done in the gameplay to spend, basically, right? So we are looking at partnerships like with supercar clubs as well, in Singapore, where basically you'll be able to either showcase your trollets, get a special discount and stuff like that, which these are still in the works, but we are contacting our partners to get that done.
Okay, so let me get this straight. You've got these different games that you're developing: red light, green light, tug of war, playing with trolls. Right now, you've got this rock paper scissors game playing with trolls. So you're going to play these games, and the more you play, the more you earn, basically. So you're going to be rewarded for the what you said commitment level.
Mm.
But then you're going to take that and spend the pine that you're rewarded. Did I hear correct? Super car clubs.
Yeah, so super car clubs are one of the clubs that we are looking at getting to. So these are usually like the Ferrari owners, the sports car owners. Yeah.
Okay. Are there any other paid partnerships too? Because I feel like that's like a niche, reward right there. You know what I mean? Like what I mean, if I'm not into cars or it's out of my league. You know what I mean? Like, is there another way I could spend this pine or? Is there any other outlet there?
There is so we are also working with influencers to come up with special avatars for the influencers themselves. These are still in the works, so maybe we might come up with a cowboy influencer as well. Sorry, a cowboy avatar as well. Yeah,
A cowboy troll. Okay, no
yeah.
problem. So, okay, good deal. So, yeah, I want to see some more like partnerships, like because I want the pine. Like, if I'm going to spend money on it, I'm going to want to spend that money, on places where I want to go. But one of the things that was interesting on your website here was your team. Maybe can you talk to me about your team that's behind this project?
Sure, yeah. So it's myself and Avon being the lead project leads here. And Avon is quite experienced in this industry. He has done quite a number of crypto projects already. And the reason why he's behind the scenes is because he's investing heavily on this. We have also found a gaming studio, which is Autumn Interactive. They have developed games in the past with quite a number of success with the Dynasty Warriors, the series, right? And also, we have recently brought on this Disney animator, so Disney award winning animator to design the trolls and the avatars. Yeah. So that's the team for now. We also have a few of the angels on board with us as well.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. So, can you tell me about Avon? I believe is that I'm assuming he's not doxed, right? That doesn't look like that doesn't sound like a real name or anything.
Yeah. So he has he is on a few other projects as well, and the thing is that because of his status and his representation in a project and how much he's spending to get this done. Again, Yvonne and myself, we are spending also a lot of our own investment money to drive this, to pay the gaming studio and all that. So a lot of the startup capital actually comes from both Yvonne and myself. Yeah.
Gotcha. So you've got the two minds behind it, you and Avon. You've got a Disney award-winning graphic designer to design out the trolls, and then you're partnering with Autumn Interactive, a gaming studio that's have recent success with Dynasty Wars and all that kind of stuff. And so you're going to bring their skills on board here. Is that about right?
That's right. Yes, correct.
So
So
you talk to me about these two. Like, so when I was looking through your website, I saw two particulars that stood out to me for whatever reason. Right, they were two, very attractive. These angels. I guess what you said, Celeste and Nicole.
yes,
Like
correct.
that to me, it didn't seem like a. Where's the fit there, right? Like I'm like, okay, I'm looking for a developer, I'm looking for an engineer, and I'm like, I'm seeing influencers here. So maybe talk to me about how are they interacting in your team?
So marketing is a critical role for us, especially with games, right? If you see gaming countries like, for example, Taiwan, Hong Kong, right? Uh, Basically, games take up such presence in those markets. They actually open up, like, even during Christmas time. They'll take up the whole entire shopping district with their branding and everything else. So for us, we were thinking in terms of marketing, we really had to have that strong presence. Both Nicole as well as Celeste, they are actually very strong influencers in Singapore, and a lot of people actually know them. We have also been able to sign up a few more angels to our team as well. So what we are trying to build here is a very strong marketing presence and
Gotcha.
base. Yeah.
Gotcha. One more thing on the holders and stuff like here. I pulled up your BSC scan report here,
Mm.
and it looks like you've got a few wallets here. One holding 10%, two holding 5%, one holding 4.5% of the total supply. I'm assuming those are your dev wallets there.
Those, yeah.
But the thing is, it takes up nearly about 25% of the total supply here. Is there any is there a reason for that? Do you just want to hold on to that? What's going on there?
So in terms of the declared tokenomics, I think we have that on the site itself and the white paper, right? So we are actually being very transparent in terms of where this is allocated in. One being that the marketing wallet itself really is there to reward the early investors, right? So those people who have came in very early with us, they are actually getting rewarded in terms of the BUSD, so that goes back to them. And there is also that 3% reflection, the 1% buyback, that is within that tax structure that we have created.
Okay, gotcha. But so are those the marketing wallets then, or rewards
Uh,
wallets?
so there is the marketing wallet, there's the development wallets as well. So they are split up.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah,
What about so let's just zoom out a little bit. I know I dug in the weeds a little bit there, but now I want to zoom out.
sure.
There's a whole wide array of new metaverses, new games coming out all the time.
Mm.
How what if you were to tell some random cowboy, hey, we were to ask you what makes a Troll City special, what would you say? What is the differentiating USP? What makes a Troll City so special?
All right, so we are back to that whole entire quad-in thing. You're talking about a vision to make this a sustainable metaverse. We're not talking about a one-year project here. We're talking about possibly a 5, 10 year thing where gamers and investors can still retain their value in terms of their avatars, in terms of what they have collected as well, to to have a journey, basically a long-standing journey with the game. Obviously, we have a strong team behind to deliver the results and to deliver it at the timeline that we have promised as well. So the joke always on the ground between me and Avon is that we could have been so much richer building a meme coin here. Yeah, but we stuck with our guns and with the faith given from the community initially. I mean, it was a very strong fair launch that we had. That we are encouraged and we are pushing ahead for the vision for Atrocity.
Gotcha. Yeah, and so on that, you said that we could have been so much richer building out a meme project and just letting it run, but you didn't. You stuck to your guns and you stuck to what you believe in. Tell me,
Yeah.
what is it about Atrocity that you believe in? And you already said like the whole, it's a long term project and all that stuff. But I'm asking you as like as Raphael, right? Like, what is it that you're so passionate about inside Atrocity? Give me the heart behind it all.
So the heart behind it all, and it's more a personal story for me because you know, being in being in the position where I've been in the past, I guess 10 years, in a pretty much quite, I guess a very privileged position. I've managed to visit countries, third world countries like Indonesia, Philippines, and I've seen how things are there. I've always wanted to make a difference, and like what you said, I mean, with all the crypto games around, you seeing that people have the opportunity to make a turnaround playing games, right? It was something very close to me because again, I could do something that can really change the lives of a lot of people. And one of the reasons, especially when it comes down to this game, why we made it device agnostic as well, was because we wanted people on any device to be able to play this game. So we have found a way to make it device agnostic, which means that you can use the iPad one or basically any browser to go in and play. Um,
Awesome.
and that's really the driving force for me, on why we are pursuing so hard on this project. Yeah.
Gotcha. Gotcha. How far are you out from beta testing?
Hopefully we are on a path to get it done by Q1. Demos are supposed to be done by December. So we are pushing the developers hard for this so that we'll get it out in time. Yeah,
Gotcha. Okay. So look, I'm seeing the heart behind it all, and I'm seeing the hard work and all of that here. Look, we got we got two last questions here.
sure.
First thing, is there anything else that you haven't brought up that you need to just get out for Atrollcity? Something that's been a secret, some kind of hidden reveal, something that you've been sitting on that no one really knows about. Give me like the next big exciting thing for Atrollcity.
The juicy details. Okay, so what you guys have seen so far on the website is the 2D creation of the avatars, right? But what we have been secretly working on is again designing the characters from ground up. We are trying to create this 3D character world. So one of the ideas behind it obviously is taken from Pokemon example, where basically in real life, these characters can follow you, they can play games. We are building a structure around a game village, right? So basically, you'll be able to choose and enter whichever game that you please, whether it's going to be red light, green light, whether it's going to be Cut of War, or even this current one that we have created, which is the scissors paper stone thing, rock paper scissors, right? So that
Oh,
is in the
awesome.
works. Yeah,
Awesome. The 3D modeling, the ground up designing for these things. Right now, we're only seeing the 2D stuff. So exciting stuff as far as design goes. And we both know that the polish of the game is very, very important. The look, the feel, all of that is super, super important. Guys, if you're watching this video and you're wondering what's the next big metaverse, maybe it's a Troll City. You guys have to go and do your own research. This is already a lot, but just definitely check out the links in the description down below. Check out the website, the Telegram, all that kind of stuff, and get talking into the community. We got one last question for you, Raphael, but I just really want to thank you for talking with me today. And if you're watching, thanks for watching, guys. I need to find out, Raphael. In a sea full of cryptos, right? See a whole bunch of metaverses. I know we probably kind of touched on it, but sum it all up into like a few sentences. Why should we invest in a Troll City?
because it's quad in. I mean, we give so much back to the investors, to the gamers that this is basically just the start. You're talking about rewards back in BUSD. You're talking about many interesting things that we have done with the community. If you paid, probably went into Telegram, you know that we have contests running. So we are an exciting community to join. And if you're interested in, please join us because yeah, it starts from there and basically support us so that we can make this dream a vision, make this dream a reality as well. Yeah.
Awesome. Awesome. Guys, it's way early for this project. Only 1,200 holders right now by the time of this recording on BSC Scan. Growing community. Guys, do your own research. Get into good projects. Don't overthink things, guys. Thanks, Raphael, for being with me. Guys, have a lizard brain, gorilla arms, diamond hands, cowboys. We're riding together. Find the good projects and get in them. We'll see you in the next video.